Laomi, how you doing? How's your day
Uh,
going?
yeah, me, I do. I did. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Two Grown Men.
Hello,
My name
hello.
is Yemi. With me, as usual, is Allow Me. Hi, Allow Me. How you doing?
How are you?
What's
How are you
going on?
doing?
I did. I did. Yemi,
You see
also, what
this?
are we discussing today?
We're
Like,
discussing when we're going to play those guitars at the backyard that you're oppressing me with. That you never
my
play.
guitars,
All
my
these aesthetics
guitars.
that you're doing. When are you going to play
Yeah.
Spanish guitar for your wonderful madame on screen, and all the ladies in the comment section can just say, "Oh."
No, no. My wife would choose. She would choose violence if I choose to
So have you, have
play
you, have you have
the
you been
guitar.
taking classes? Have you been taking
I,
classes?
I took classes a long time ago. I learned to play these things. I don't play anymore,
Okay.
but I took classes. I think you remember when I was taking classes. When I lived in Manchester, I remember. Do you remember I was taking lessons in Manchester? Do you remember?
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay, I took lessons in
Okay.
Manchester. I took lessons when I moved back to Nigeria, and yeah, I did learn to play. Not very well. Pretty nice. My favorite instrument actually is the acoustic guitar. Hence
Okay,
my having two
mine is a
that I
saxophone,
yeah, I remember you were taking
but I've not.
lessons.
I stopped, so maybe one day I'll go back.
Ìdààmú àdúgbò nìyẹn. Ìdààmú àdúgbò ni saxophone. You cannot play
Yeah.
quietly. You disturb the entire neighborhood.
So the neighbors started complaining. So
Uh,
really, you're meant to go to a facility or
yeah.
a school or somewhere
Mm.
where you can blow
You
as
can
loud
make
as possible. And
noise.
you want for your practice, or
Yeah.
if you have some money, then you can make your room soundproof, which is going to cost some
Okay.
money, and put a sound, those things that they
Sound
have in
deadening
studios.
material. Yeah.
Yeah, and then blow as much as possible. Yeah, it's just one of those instruments that, and one thing I love about it, and probably with the acoustic guitar,
Mm.
AI is not going to help you. Technology is not going to help you. They are manual instruments. I love the fact that they will continue to be manual, because almost kind of like feel like almost everything is just tech, 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 tech. But with saxophone, it's a manual instrument. Acoustic guitar, of course, the electric guitar is electric, but you have the
Mm.
acoustic guitar that is manual. Um, but how are you coping with the constant deluge or the constant barrage of negativity all around us in terms of the news? Obviously, we have the Iran war, we have what's happening in other parts of the world, and the news. How do you cope being a grown man, listening to all these news, and how do you cope with filtering them and and focusing on the important things?
Who says I'm coping? Like, how dare you assume I'm coping?
You're not
I'm
coping.
not coping. No. I
Hmm.
have a coping mechanism. When we were kids, you'd sometimes come back, like you come home, or you see your dad just in under a tree,
Hmm.
or he's sitting down watching TV, and he just wants silence. Don't come and disturb me. Don't I'm at that place.
Hmm.
All right, I am at that place where I just want peace. There's too much going on. I'm overstimulated. If it's not the Iran war now, 2 weeks ago when the war started, I could sort of, I was outraged by the notion that you would come and invade another country. Starting with Venezuela, you go and invade another country and you want to and kidnap their president because you're who. And I don't believe that might is right. Now, Venezuela, you were able to tune it out a bit. The first few days of the Iran war, I was incensed. I was just overwhelmed. And then, well, you can sort of shut it out
Mhm.
somewhat. I don't watch news. As you can see, there's a gameplay in the background.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
can
Mhm.
I can lose myself in video games and in city builders. I love city building games, so I can lose myself in my city builders and whatever it is. But the Iran war has now affected my pocket.
The impacts are there.
So, do you know what? It's now affecting the price of petrol. So at the very fundamental level, we are now dealing with the crisis.
Because
It's
that's
now
day to
affecting
day.
our
That's
cost of
not day
living.
to
Yeah, it's
day.
day to day. It's day to day. So what it means is that I block out, for the most part, I block out social media. There's some WhatsApp groups that I've archived because
Okay.
all they do is go on every day about Iran, about politics. I don't concern myself with Nigerian politics, for example. I know
At
we're
all.
entering election season now, and everyone's it's I'm like, let me know when it's time to vote, and I'll
Mm.
vote. But I'm trying to tune out everything that might overwhelm me. Now, the flip side, of course, the bad thing about it is you then miss out on some things. I didn't watch the Oscars, for example. So I heard my wife was telling me this evening that Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar because I tuned everything out. It means I didn't even see the news flashes, right?
I didn't even know the Oscars was on Sunday, but
There
I saw
you
that they
go.
won for Sinners, which I
Yeah.
saw in the
For
movie, and
Sinners, which was pretty
very good
amazing.
film. Very good film.
Very good film. And I like the fact that, look, one of us won, another one of us won. Okay. Another black actor, shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
Talented, talented,
Congratulations,
talented.
man.
He's talented.
Talented. He played two characters in that movie. Brilliant. But yeah, what it means is I don't really have time to observe what's going on in the world around me. Is this a sign of depression or is it just a coping mechanism? What do you think?
What I think is that's the reason our fathers did not know who Snoop Doggy Dogg was. We're at that age. We are at that age, my brother. There was a time, top 10 American charts. I knew everybody that was there. Whitney Houston, 16 weeks, Billboard charts, the second person, Brandy, the boy is mine, the third person. Those things concern me. Same thing in the UK charts. Take that, whoever. My father didn't care. My mother didn't care.
They
They
were
still don't know
paying
who Snoop
bills.
Dogg
They
is.
were paying
Now,
bills.
now, guess what? We are at that age now, my brother, where we also don't know who is top 10 in the UK charts. We don't know who is top 10 in the US charts. We don't know that the Oscars happened yesterday. So it's not depression. It's sign of the times, my brother.
Middle age.
Sign of the times.
Middle age. Honestly.
So,
My
because
kids tell me
but
I'm
if it's
not
our
cool.
business, if it's our business, we would know. If you and I were record producers, or we were producers, or we're investing in the music space, then it would have been our business to know because we're like working on younger artists and stuff. We need to know, okay, who is hot, who is doing well, and all of that. But as it's not our business, so it's not depression.
Okay,
That's
I
what I
feel
think.
better about I feel better about it now.
Mm.
But I mean, when my kids say Baba is no longer cool, or Baba
Mm.
was cool once, I now don't feel the need to argue. Something happened the other day. A couple of my nephews came here and they had seen one of my water toys is in the house at the moment.
Right.
And so they were like, "Oh, Uncle Am, you have a jet ski.
Mhm.
Uncle Am, he used to be cool." No, I think my daughter was like, "Yeah, my dad used to be cool. He's no longer cool."
Mm.
And there was a time when I was like, I'm cool now. I was just like, is that it? I'm not cool, okay? I'm not cool. But it's amazing how to them the little things like,
Matter.
oh my god, can I sit on it? Can I whatever it is? And this was like, I mean, to my kids, it's not a new thing, right? Baba has water toys, but the fact that my daughter was like, but he used to be cool. He's no longer cool, and I don't care anymore about how whether you think I'm cool or not. I'm just too bothered about how I'm going to pay the bills. Like, yalla, you're cool. Yalla, you're cool. I don't have time for
Yes.
cool again.
Yes.
My
Yes.
bank statement says I'm not cool.
Is the time and the and what you're is the time and what you're prioritizing on more.
Mm,
I think that's one of the major changes. But I mean, yeah, we've talked about this before that we still have to make time for things that we find, and every grown man out there and growing man as well. Your hobbies. So whether it's picking up
mm.
an acoustic guitar like you've seen in the background, or starting your own podcast if you want to, or traveling, or playing with building. You build if you like to build or whatever, gardening, hiking, whatever, football, whatever floats your boat. Just try as much as possible to have that downtime where you can just recharge. Mm. Because yes, life can get life can get too much where it's just nonstop, deadlines and things you need to do, priorities, and so literally have to physically write things down so that you don't forget, like either maybe through your phone
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. To-do lists. Then I forget to look at my to-do list.
Ah,
Because
okay,
I
okay.
have so much in my head. Or
Like
sometimes,
you have to remember to get a to-do list. Okay, yeah, sure.
or
To
sometimes,
remember to look at your to-do list.
no, but sometimes,
Mm.
I know what is on my to-do list, and I
Uh-huh.
just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I just, I'm just procrastinating my way to, like, don't have to deal with that thing now. And then you
Mm.
wait until the
Can I
absolute
deal?
last minute.
Can I deal with it later? Yes,
I
yes,
can deal with this
yes,
thing later.
yes, yes.
And it's not because you don't have the courage, it's just because it's just not convenient. Or you just have other things on your mind,
Mm.
you know, like school fees,
Mm.
bills.
Do you think we're lied to when we're younger?
They scammed us. They scammed us. They
This
scammed us. People thought that being an adult was about having two pieces of meat and being able to go out when you like
and having your beer,
and come back and having a beer. So people thought it was I can have sex whenever I want to have sex. I don't have to, I have my own
have my own
place.
place.
I don't have to sneak around. I can sleep whoever I want to sleep
But your
with.
own place
I
now
can have
meant
sex,
responsibilities and bills
bills, bills,
and all of that. Yeah.
bills. They have your own place. Now you have to deal with the rent or the mortgage, electricity bills, water bills, tenement rates or ground rent or council tax or property taxes, and God knows what else you're dealing with as an adult.
Hmm.
And then I have news for
And in
you.
some cases, you might not even be in the property for long. Like, yeah, you're out. People are out 8 o'clock,
Yes, no.
7:30, and they're coming back.
8K. Even about
Yeah, coming
6.
back every day at 9, 10,
9,
9, 10. So you just
10.
want to shower and
Just so you go sleep and repeat. And then the weekend comes and you don't want to leave your house. You're like, I don't want to go outside.
you're
I
just
don't want to
tired.
go anywhere. And then there's traffic. This is Lagos. There's traffic everywhere. So I'm not trying to leave my house because of traffic. I'm like, I'm in this house. You cannot take me out of this house.
Hmm.
I'm here. You know, honestly, I don't know. And we're at that age now. Our friends are turning 50. And I'm seeing like our parents. And I want to walk up to them and be like, we're 30, 50. You should have warned us it will go be like this. You didn't warn
I think
us.
I think they actually had it better. They had it better. A
It
lot of my
probably was
friends
a
are
lot
saying,
less
a lot of my
competitive,
friends
yeah.
are saying that, like, look, when my dad was 50, he had accomplished this, that. And I said, so it's two things. It's either we're not hustling hard enough or the economy is worse.
So it's a
Quite,
lot more
quite a
competitive.
lot of people have actually said that.
I
And
think the problem is that it's a lot more competitive. But go on.
yeah, even pictures, like my friend was like, look, my dad's picture at 50, it seemed to look younger than we look at 50 or we look at 49.
No, I didn't know about that one. No. I don't
Okay.
know about that one.
It depends on the daddy then.
My
Let
father
me
was
caveat that one.
at 50, my old man was, he looks older than I do right
It looks older than you. Okay.
now. He looked older. He
But
carried himself older.
you're a yuppie now.
How? What was that?
You know, you have
What
beads
was
in your
that?
baby.
Yeah, me too, Shebeleche.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No. No, you know what? It was a lot less competitive in our dad's time.
Okay,
Look at
what
it
was
this
that it?
way. Look at it this way. Yeah, it was a lot less competitive. I'm not saying it was easy.
But then they
It was
had the
less
military,
competitive.
though. They had the military.
So how many?
So we saw life
How
as
many?
super hard for them, like military era, fear. But go on, go on, go on.
So life balances out. Look at it this way. When your dad was finishing university, when my dad was finishing university, he went to Ife. When he was finishing university, he had a job lined up.
Hmm.
Okay. And they had like a choice of jobs, right? And within a year, he had a car loan and he could buy his first car.
Within a year.
Yeah.
And that was standard for
Because
like almost
that was
everybody's.
standard for most of them. Yeah, they got their VW Beetle or their Nissan 120Y or
Yeah,
140K
startup. They had their
or
startup
whatever
car.
it is. Yeah. I mean, it's not a car. And then where they were coming from, there's a lot less ego about I cannot be seen in that. Today, a fresh graduate is telling you I cannot be seen in that kind of car. The dynamics
What's
have
the Venza?
he wants an SUV, he wants to drive something nice. He has to have AC. My dad's B2 did not have AC. He didn't have AC in his B2. Once he bought his 504, his Peugeot, his Peugeot, Peugeot. It was his 504 that had AC. That was a big boy. That was a big boy dead 504. It's a lot. Look, it's a lot more competitive nowadays. The university is graduating what a few 100,000 of you every year
But that's
coming
also
out
due
with degrees.
to a higher population.
A higher
And
population,
then
and
you're
then look,
squeezing resources because every time you have a higher population, you squeeze resources.
yeah, I mean, how many Nigerians were there in 1976?
Mm.
How many? Then look, a lot of our parents were also first generation graduates, right? Okay,
But their dads were any
their
graduates.
parents didn't go to school. Maybe their parents had standard six or something,
And then
but
went into business. Oh,
I went to business, So
okay.
you're now dealing with the first set of people who actually graduated. Okay, so you're dealing with your dad is, in my father's case, his father did standard six or whatever it is, but didn't go to university. So my dad was the first was the first in his family, in his immediate, of his father's children, of his father, his grandfather, and co to go to university.
The first.
Yes. My mother's family was slightly different. My mother's number 25 or 26 children. And a lot of the people above her, ahead of her, had gone to university.
Mhm.
But in my dad's case, it was different. So, but even with my mom's family, you're still dealing with people who are finishing school, and they're the first. And my mother has siblings who were professors and that sort of thing. But they were also like first gen educated people.
Mm.
And so it was and then you had a post-independence Nigeria that was trying to replace the Europeans with their own people. So they offer you a job. You finish school, you finish from Ife or like they offer you a job. You got a good job straight away, and you could build a career. It's not like now where there were God knows how many hundred universities in Nigeria, and every one of them is graduating a few thousand people every year. So it's a lot more competitive now. And then look, in those days, you could go into a big consulting firm, Pitmawick or whatever they were called back in those days, without having gone to university.
Yes.
You just did your articleship, did your professional exams,
And you
whether it
work
was
your way up.
accounting exams, and you work your way up. These days, you have BSc or sure for
Even masters.
because yeah, you have masters. You're like 1,000 other guys have a master's degree. Please, 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 please. You're not special.
Someone was saying something to me that, do you know it's easier for a very rich man to give you £1,000,000 than to get you a job in Nigeria?
Yeah.
And the person that I'm talking about is connected. I said,
yeah.
I never thought about it. He said, that's the reality. It's easier. They would rather give you £1,000,000 than get you. Like they can't. Like physically, it's because of like what you
It's
said about
competitive.
competition. Yeah.
It's competitive. Somebody was
Especially
telling
if
me
there's no ready vacancy. They're not going to just create a vacancy for you because you said you're looking for a job, unless it's family business. So it's really, really competitive. So I agree with you.
I mean,
I agree with you.
someone
So
had said
yeah,
something
things
to me
have
that
changed. But things always change. We live in an ever evolving world anyway. So
The world is changing. It's not waiting for anyone. It is evolving steady. But you find that, so even now, even this connect of a thing, your connect must be super special though,
it has to be.
because look, you're a KCOB. You want to send your child to another establishment where a KCOB is in charge. There are like a few 100,000 KCOBs who can also send their kids to that same person.
So what makes your kid special?
So you call your guide as a fellow KCOB. Yo, Mr. Triple A, Kilo Shele, I want to send my child to you. As they're doing that, 5 other KCOBs are calling that same guy. Okay, what criteria are they going to use to screen your child? Your child in school in England. Those other 5 KCOBs also sent their kids to school in England or in the US. So your child went to UCL or Oxford or
And
Ivy
their
League or
children
whatever
to
it
be.
is. So it's going to come back to merit again. So those 5 of you that went to Harvard, they will actually test.
It's going to come down to merit.
Again. Now it's not fair. It's not balanced in the sense that the ones who didn't get to go to Harvard probably don't have it that easy. No one's going to call another KCOB and say, listen, So they have to start. But among the ones who are privileged, quote unquote, there's still a sizable pool of you who are privileged, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I know you. I call you. 5 of your friends also know you and call you. You're the CEO of a large business, or one of the top businesses in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you. I'm like, Yemi is my guy. I tell my child, go and see Uncle Yemi. But as I'm calling you, 7 of the other guys have called you as well. Which one of us do you love more? Which one of us is your closest friend? Or just, you know what, you're good, but I don't want to offend anybody. Let everybody take a test.
Yeah.
And let merit. It's a crazy world. This middle age of a thing. I find I have less time for nonsense. I find that I have less time to sugarcoat my thoughts. You're going to get it the way I see it. The way I feel it is how you're going to hear it. That thing you just did is nonsense. I'm going to say it exactly like that. If you don't like it, there's Tom Milan, but you go and jump off it.
What are the advantages
of being this
age?
Well,
this age group?
I also don't have parental guidance. So say it as I see it. I'll say it as I see it. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, you're not going to be careless or reckless. But for the most part, in a lot of the rooms you walk into, you're able to just speak your mind.
And express yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a positive.
I think at this age, you know what you want, or at least you know what you don't want. Do you know what you can tolerate, or at least what you do not want to tolerate? And you can deal with that. Abby?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. You speak your mind more, and you can decide who you let in your world and who you don't want in your world for whatever reason, and you make no apologies.
Yeah.
For doing so.
Yeah. You can decide who you're going to give time of day, who you're not going to give time of day. So I think I'm done rambling. I mean, how do you cope? What is your coping mechanism?
Just being busy. Being busy doing something. So it's either I'm working out or I'm at work, I'm recording. Yeah, I just try to keep busy, and I try to tell myself this is important. This can be delegated. This is not important for now, and I'm not going to allow this to stress me out. Patience has helped. Yeah, patience. People that say patience is a virtue, they are right. So that's helped me cope. Having the right people in my corner has helped. as well. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, spiritually, it's also helped having a connection with God. That has also helped during when life just gets in the way, and life will always get in the way. So, the thing about life is it's like this. It's like the waves, you can see behind here. It's like waves. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. So when you're up, you don't get too comfortable. When you're down, you don't get too desolate. So it's almost like just that being able to just cope with the swings. And sometimes I listen to music as well. Sometimes the music helps just to relax. Yeah.
What
Exercise.
kind of music do you listen? What kind of music do you listen to?
Different types. I like jazz. I like soul music. Hip hop, not so much, but I like a lot of jazz, soul, R&B, Afro beats. Um,
What
yeah.
happened to hip hop? What
Hip
happened to
hop
you and hip
died,
hop?
man. Nas did a song called "Hip Hop Is Dead." It died. He changed it to trap music, and then you listen to
This is your lifestyle. Love you.
you only hear the last. You
Miss
only hear the
me.
last phrase, the last two words, and they just. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing.
Like,
I really don't know what they're doing.
killer is so. Like, what are you talking about?
But I know our
Yeah.
music was good because there is a huge amount of Gen Z people that react to hip hop songs and hip hop albums in the 90s. Huge. Guys
Hmm.
and girls in their 20s, late teens, late 20s, early 30s. Like you go to their channel, their reaction channels, but then they will go to like a Biggie track, or they will go to Jade, or they'll go to Whitney Houston, or they'll go to Mariah, or SWV, or Beyonce, whatever. They go and they play the songs and they react to it. And they keep on saying this is the first, some of them are first time reactions. And you can
Hmm.
see like they are not just doing it for content, but you can see when they listen to the pause and they're like, what? Did you hear what that guy just said? Or the quality of the voice, because now we have auto tune. We have
Yeah.
auto tune, we have studios, we have drum machines. Um, you could tell the singers then when they sang, so this person can really, really, really sing. Because auto tune didn't come until later.
Hmm.
Uh, it didn't come until later. So we had really good music. Music has, yeah, the quality of music has dipped, in my opinion. In my opinion. But some people will say, well, that's what everyone says about the music in their own time, that it was better. So
I was just going to say that your dad would argue that music was better in his own time.
yes,
They
with
had the
Curtis Mayfield
Commodores.
and
They had Curtis Mayfield. They
James
had Al
Brown and
Green.
Maria Day.
They had Al Green. They had Ebizobi. They had Sonny Ade. They had all that. And then here you are telling me that now you are now saying you that your generation was bang bang din din generation. Music was better to your generation than it was for the newer generations, right?
Mhm.
Excuse me. It feels like that's a generational thing. That's a never ending cycle where every generation thinks that
But
things
A
were
lot,
better
a
for
lot of
them.
a lot of music experts agree that the 90s was a purple patch.
I agree.
Rolling Stones, so many like music critics, especially 90s hip hop, to the point that you're making. Because I mean, I've listened to a lot of hip hop, and when you hear the quality that someone like Biggie or Nas
Hmm.
or Tupac in the 90s, their albums still stand the test of time.
Still
In terms
resonate.
of
Yeah.
this. They do. They actually do. They do. And there's clarity as well in the way they used to produce. And now
Yeah.
we made fun of the lifestyle and co. The way they produce now is like slurred words, and like you're trying to pick
The
what they're
mumble
saying.
rap.
Mm,
You're like, are you rapping?
mumble rap.
What are
Yeah,
you doing? What are you doing?
yeah.
Like, what are
So
you
yeah,
what are you
music is one
doing?
of the ways I distress. Exercise, like I said. Yeah, and we're at that age. You have to. I mean, there's no time you don't have to take care of your health, but more so now that we need to ensure that we take care of health. And when we're saying health, guys, we're not just talking about going to the gym or doing your tests. It's everything encompassing. It's physical health, it's mental health, it's spiritual health, is
Yemi,
health to.
have you had a prostate exam?
No, I haven't.
No, stop.
Why are you asking me that kind of
Stop,
question
stop, stop. Okay,
on
stop.
two grown men?
Jokes apart. Guys, if you're our age, there are certain things you need to be mindful of. And I hate to be dark.
Mm.
I hate to be macabre and all that. But you have to get those exams, get the blood test, get your PSA done. You have to check your PSA levels, okay? Prostate cancer is a very real risk, okay?
Yes, he's right.
And
Tom is right.
there's certain things that that if prostate cancer now, the state of medicine is that if it's detected early enough, the patient will die with the cancer, not of the cancer. And everybody's worried about the two-finger test, like the whole finger up the rectum. But it's overhyped in the sense that we exaggerate the risk. It's not it's not every single prostate exam that involves somebody doing a digital rectal exam. It doesn't happen every single time, There will be risk factors before the doctor gets does that.
To that
There are other
level.
ways. I mean, you'll get an ultrasound, which will measure the size of your prostate. You'll get a blood test, which will measure your PSA levels. And the earlier you start doing these things, the earlier your doctor can build a composite picture of what your health is like. Second one is, have you ever had a colonoscopy? I mean,
No.
so again, Black men in their 40s, bowel cancer is one of the cancers that kill us. Chadwick Boseman and a bunch of bowel cancer. And medical science is tied to it. Medical research is based on white people. So most of the things you're told, or get colonoscopy every 10 years, and they tell you every 10 years. It's not true. If you're a Black man, it shouldn't be every 10 years. It should be every 2 years or something.
What's the research behind why Black men are more prone? Does anyone know?
I honestly don't know. It could be diet. It could be genetic. I don't know.
About these things is we don't know what causes it. We also don't know why Black men are more at risk to it. Those are the anyway. Go on.
So, but look, be that as it may, we can't change what is, but you can change how you manage it.
How you manage it.
If you get your bowel checked regularly, I'll give you a scenario. You get your bowel checked in 2024. And they find what they call polyps. Polyps will, I think, eventually, I don't know what the stats are, but some of them eventually become cancerous. Now, if you find a polyp in year 1 and the doctors take it out, or they monitor it, and by year 2, year 3, when it starts to change, they're able to catch it early, remove the polyp, And even if, that way you're catching it early. But if you follow medical science, you get a colonoscopy done in year 1, there's no polyp. And you wait 10 years and you develop a polyp in year 3. You will agree that the likelihood is that by the time year 10 comes around, your polyp might have become cancerous.
Yes.
But if you're monitoring it every 2 years, yes, it's invasive, but so is death.
Another thing AI can help with, or modern technology, some things are just manual.
There's some things you cannot do anything about.
Yes.
But the things you can help, get your prostate checked, get your PSA levels checked, get your upper and lower GI checked. If you're a woman and you're watching us, the usual, the pap smears or whatever it is.
I'm 40, yeah.
The least you can do for yourself, honestly, is don't procrastinate, don't bury your head in the sand, please, and ignore when your white doctor tells you, oh, it's every 10 years. Ignore him.
Wise words from Laomi. Wise words.
Ignore them. It could be as simple as something was found in you took a test in year one, everything's clear. Took a test in year three, and they find something, and you can manage it. I had a
Does
friend
hereditary
who,
factors does it help or worse?
oh yeah, so
Like
you need to know,
if no uncles and no dads and no grandfathers has had it, does that mean someone is less at risk, or it's to
yeah,
do with
but
lifestyle, or it's to do with food?
I
That's why I was
think
asking the question
honestly,
about why. I know you don't know the answer. I mean, nobody does. So.
honestly, there are no answers. So there are risk factors. There are risk factors. If someone in your family, if your dad, excuse me, or mom, and let's be honest, how many people can say that there's no history of that? You don't have a relative, a close relative that's been diagnosed with cancer, an uncle or an aunt with whom you share some DNA. Most of
It's
us
rare.
can't say that anymore. We can't say that anymore. So if you dig deep enough, you go back a generation. I tell you something. My grandma, my mom's mom, who died about 35, 36 years
Yeah.
ago. She had a stroke and passed on. But I think after she died, I think they found out that she had early ovarian cancer or something. Okay. She didn't die of cancer, but she had it. The fact that you don't know doesn't mean that it didn't exist in your family. Do you understand?
Hmm.
My father and his father died of the same cancer. And we
And you're
didn't
so
realize
lucky.
until amen. And we didn't realize until my father was diagnosed that that was the same cancer that killed his own father.
Hmm.
And and he thought he was being careful, but he was following the conventional advice from his medical doctors, who said,
Which you're now
"Oh,
saying it was wrong.
it was wrong. Get your colon checked every 10 years." It's wrong.
But is there anything they do right for black people? Period.
No, I mean, if you go online and look for a picture of skin cancer, for example, most pictures you see in the Google search will be on white skin.
In
Most of the
fact,
data, yeah.
just to add to your point, a lady I know who had a baby in the US said there's a big difference between a white doctor um, delivering for a black woman and a black doctor delivering for a black woman. And I said, why? Why do you say so? She said when she wanted to give birth, she specifically asked for a black MD, as they're called in the
Mm,
US. And I said,
mm,
why? She
mm.
said, because they think that we can take pain more. So they don't give us gas and air or epidural. She was talking about all this, medical stuff when it comes to giving birth. So there's an assumption that they can take pain more, so they give them less pain. It's
Oh, I didn't
just
know that. I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
But the black doctor knows. It's like my friend who's a dentist
Mm.
tells me a black dentist in the UK will clean black teeth better than a white dentist because they know about how our teeth are stronger. They're made differently. So there are some nuances in the races that you have to put into consideration. Like the one you just talked about, you should not be doing it once every 10 years. It should be more often. I didn't know that.
Once, two, three
You just
years.
shared that
Yeah,
with us.
once
Now,
every
so
2, 3 years.
thank you
Yeah,
for that. Yeah.
yeah. And it's other things like that. Whether it's breast cancer screening, whatever it is we
What
do.
about blood pressure? How often should you check your blood pressure? Because that's one thing to as growing men, because you can do all these things and forget to do blood pressure. Some people's heart attack that takes them. And they've done all this PSA, prostate, this and that, but they're not managing. Because I bought a blood pressure machine for the first time, I think, is it 2 weeks ago? And now it's here, right here, actually. And I've started to, you know, it's a 2 minute job. Once I know as I put it and I see that, looks as if it's gone.
Do you write the data down? Do you write it down?
I take a screenshot with
So
my phone.
you have an iPhone, right?
Yes.
So the ideal thing was to have bought a smart uh, blood
They,
pressure
they're,
monitor.
they're not as accurate as the actual machines.
Okay, so
They're
what you
not
should
as
do, I have
accurate.
BP data going back 15 years for myself. Every time I take a blood pressure reading, I enter it on my phone, the health app on your phone.
Okay.
Okay, just put that data in. If you ever need to then see a cardiologist, you're able to show them your trend going back, you
They
know,
can tell.
yeah, then you're able to, you can see patterns, you can, so recording things like your weight, recording your blood pressure readings, recording your blood sugar readings. You should have a glucometer, for example. So blood pressure readings, blood sugar readings. Again, I have those going back well over a decade. And your phone makes life easier now. You just record it.
Because you can
You
record
record,
them, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But the same guys that make, I imagine your blood pressure monitor is Omron, right?
No, it's another make.
Okay, because the same guys that make the ones, the clinical ones, now make smart devices that you take the same, so accurate reading, but you take the reading and automatically send to your phone, and you
Okay.
have that folder. Yeah, I mean, it's important to have that. Get your blood sugar readings. Get your, and look, this life is funny. Life is not perfect. You could be healthy and have a car accident. I don't think it's possible to screen for PanCan, for example, pancreatic cancer. I'm not sure you can screen for that. So there are things that can blindside you. But the best you can do for yourself is manage the
Just give
things that
yourself
you
the
can,
best
at
chance.
least the best possible shot. Get a physical and monitor the things that you can monitor. Like you said, exercise, and then the things you can look after. How well do you eat? How well do you, at least how often do you check
Another
your
one is
vitals?
sleep. Another one is sleep.
Sleep, sleep,
Yeah,
sleep
yeah,
is important.
yeah.
Sleep is important.
Sleep.
Sleep is
As you
important.
get older as well, we tend to reduce the number of hours we sleep. So, guys, if you're
There's not enough
listening,
hours in
we're in
the
the health
day.
segment. Lamia has given a master class, about different areas that we need to look at in our lives. Sleep is very important. Try as much as possible. It might be difficult. The aim is at least at this age or thereabouts to get 7 hours a night if you can.
Cut
That'd
down
be ideal. That's the best time for your body, your brain to
yeah,
recalibrate and shut down because you're giving it so much work throughout the day. The thinking, the traffic, the stress, the talking, whatever you're doing.
but there's also, look, I'm also going to say a few things. I'm not saying don't drink, but can you cut it down? So guys our age now, can you cut it down a little bit? Can you cut it down? Can you just be a little
Especially,
bit healthier?
especially if you're in Lagos. Lagos has a lot of adulterated drinks. A lot of
Don't call us
adulterated
out now.
drinks.
Don't call us out now.
So be careful.
Why are you calling us out?
So don't drink. Reduce the intake, and if you're going to even reduce the intake, reduce it even further if you're in Lagos. Um,
Yeah.
be aware of where you buy your drinks. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're not authentic drinks. Of course they are, but just be mindful. Yeah, if you go to some places, just have a look at the bottle. If it doesn't look right, then don't drink it. Don't drink from it. So you don't put
Yeah.
substances in your body that you don't even know where they are made and all of that. So.
And there's no fake beer.
There's no fake
Okay, sorry.
beer because
So I
the
don't drink.
margins, the
Yeah,
margins
I
are
mean,
in the big brand names. Now you're
I'm not,
broke. You've
I'm not a
broken up.
beer drinker. I'm not a beer drinker to be honest, but uh, yeah, but beer might
There's
be
no fake
healthy.
beer.
There's no fake beer. How much is a bottle of beer? They're going to fake it.
That you're going to fake it, yeah.
How much?
Or like doing fake
What's the
ever.
risk and reward?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Like doing fake ever, like water.
Yeah, what's the point? And people probably fake water, but what's the risk and reward? Unlike a bottle of whiskey that costs 2, 3, 400,000, 1 million naira. Enough margin there to fake it. There's enough incentive to fake it. But with the beer, come on. And let's not emphasize mindfulness, like looking after your mental health. I know we've said this a couple of times here.
Because if you take care of the physical and you don't take care of the mental,
Yep, yep. Today I was told of
I know
someone
a
else
couple of
that
people and I don't know what's going on with them, but it's just hard for them to be happy. and I know it's to do with the mind. I know it's to do with what is going on, either what has gone on in the past or what's going on in the present. So mindfulness, like Laomi said, wellness, what you ingest into your mind, what you can let go of, what you're dealing with. It's yeah, it's tough. The mind is still one of those things that is not fully understood, even by the best medics. The brain is not fully understood. It isn't.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And if you're feeling pressure, today I was told about someone else that unalived himself. No one
where?
knows why in Lagos.
Oh
No
no.
one knows why. No one knows what happened. Rest in peace to the dead. But if you're feeling pressure, and we started this episode by talking about just feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. I just can't cope. Everything's just
Yep,
too much.
just yeah.
You know, two grown men has been therapy for me. Just being able to just go online and talk. Just yarn. But
Absolutely, I agree.
don't be don't feel too proud or too strong to seek help. And everyone should have a friend that you can call. So I can pick up my phone and call Yemi or maybe four or five of my friends. People in my life I can call and say, listen, it's hard today.
Hmm.
I just can't breathe today. And these people, Yemi would listen. I'm like, okay, what's up? Check us out. It's hard. I can't breathe today.
Hmm.
And that in itself is strength. That offers me strength and comfort, knowing that I have people I can reach out to who will listen and not judge, who will listen and offer a hug. Sometimes you're not really asking someone to solve your problem because no one can solve your problem. Sometimes the problem you have is too much for any one person or anyone in your circle to solve for you. How many people can you call and say, I need $1 million today? Because that's what's going to solve your problem.
Hmm.
So sometimes it's not about the help you need, is not the actual solution. It's just a listening ear, a kind voice that says, I hear you, I see
Yeah.
what you're going through, and you're not alone, you know. And that person will listen to you and offer you some words of kindness. So I beg you, no matter what you're going through, um, we're going to bring my friend Monica on here at some point. Just come and talk to us
No problem.
about like just mental health. Monica is she's a mental health professional. She's also a phenomenal woman, and she's able to deal with like help. She's been a great help for me. It's helping me deal with like when the pressures get too much sometimes. You know, so you need friends, you need people. You also need coping mechanisms. Shut down. Look, turn the social media off. Turn off the news.
Control whatever you can control. Yeah.
Yeah, play some music. Like me, bust out your guitar and play badly. Play it
Yep.
badly. Play it. Just play it.
Whatever. Give yourself.
I played very badly. Very, very badly. But sometimes just being stuck in it helps.
Yes.
Listen on that thing just helps. Challenge your brain. I find that challenging my brain,
Be
learning
busy.
new languages, learning new things, just takes the stress off. You know, yeah. So if you're watching us, how do you cope with stress? Is there something you can tell us? Is there a suggestion you have? Put it in the comments. Let us know. And also, are you overwhelmed? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling stressed? Do you feel alone? You're not alone. There's always someone going through the same thing you're going through. So, by all means, don't bury your head. Find someone to reach out to. Reach out to someone. Talk to someone. Don't suffer alone. And your
Don't suffer
life,
in silence. Yeah.
no, suffer in silence. Your life means something to somebody. Whether it's your children, your life means something to your children. If like me, you're parentless. If like me, you have no parental guidance anymore. But
Mm.
you have, in my case, I don't have parents, but I have children. I
Yeah.
have siblings. I have an amazing wife and children, siblings who to whom my life means something. And sometimes you have to remind yourself that there's someone looking to you because your life means something to them. And no matter how hopeless you think life is, please don't give up. Please.
Try as much as possible. Just
Mm. You're not the
world is
worst of
much
men.
better. The world is much better with you here. So
And you're not the worst of men. I will not name names. If I'm off air, I'll be like, you're not the worst of men. So and so person still alive. But we're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. I'm not naming names here.
and one last thing before we close. People talk about people in your circle, but somebody said something that I read, that I heard actually on Instagram one day, and it said you should not, the people in your circle are not the people that are most important to you. The people in your
Hmm.
corner are the people that you should be really, really looking towards, because the people in your corner will speak up for you when you're not in the room. And the people in your corner are most likely are going to be the ones to handle the most judgmental and the most shameful and the most harrowing aspects of your life. The people in your corner, the people in your circle, sometimes they are there because of shared values. They're there because of background. They're there because of status. They're there because of you live in the same area, or you're both middle class children, or but the people in your corner, those are the people that, and the people in your corner most likely will be less. And sometimes the people in your circle are also the people in your corner. But because they're in your circle doesn't necessarily mean they're in your corner. But life will teach you as we keep going and we keep evolving and having, challenges here and there. And you will definitely know who's in your corner, who's in your circle. I just wanted to add that to the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, do you find that your circle is getting smaller as you get older?
Yes. 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 It's
Why is
also one
that?
of the signs of maturity, and then yes. What about you?
Yeah.
We
I
agree.
don't have time. I don't have time. My circle is getting
You
smaller.
don't have time to check time.
The people I have time for are fewer and further between.
You very few.
One of my friends turned 50 last week, and his wife had been joking. Our friends had been joking that this guy is now a recluse, right? And that
Hmm.
he didn't want to have a birthday party, but
Yes.
he was persuaded to have one. But he said, those of you that find yourself in that guy's birthday party, those are the only people he actually loves. Those are the guys that his circle has shrunk to the point where those of you in that room are the guys he really considers his friend.
Hmm.
You know, and we walk in and lo and behold, like you could tell this guy can tell his story from primary school. That guy can tell his story from secondary school or from college. But all of us could tell something about this guy's life, right? We were all friends. We were friends for
It
20,
was a
30
curated
years.
set of people.
Yeah, it was and my circle, it done small.
Hmm.
It's no longer about the quantity, number of friends. It's about the quality of the relationships I have with you, the quality of the bond, the strength of the bonds now. Ain't nobody
Yes.
got time for big circles anymore.
No, 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 no.
Nobody
Been
has
there,
time
done
for
that.
that.
I've
No, no, no. Then it's going to come down to
never
who
been a
really
big
has
circle
your
type
back.
of person, but yes, to your point, it's been less as I get older.
Hmm.
I think that's how it's meant to be.
I think so too. I remember my dad saying he didn't have many friends. And I didn't understand. Like, a ton of friends.
Oh, I used to tell you. Yeah.
But now,
I heard it as well when I was young. I'm younger. Don't carry don't carry a large entourage or too many friends. You'll find out
hmm,
you'll find out pretty quickly as you get older why it's not a good idea. And
hmm,
the person was right.
Oh yeah.
for a variety of reasons, of course. So
Well, I mean, life will teach you the path to walk. Hopefully,
if
life
you're,
teaches you without too much pain.
yes, wherever you're watching us from, thank you for staying with us to the end. Subscribe to the Two Grown Men. Follow us on Twitter X. Follow us on Instagram. If you'd like to send us an email, send us an email at two
Grown
grown men
man.
gmail.com. Please leave a comment if any part of this video resonated with you. What are your thoughts about how do you handle stress? What do you think about mental health? What do you think about physical health? What do you think about handling yourself? Did you agree with what we said about music? Do you think the current music is better than the ones before? Do you think whatever your thoughts were, please put it down in the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching us. Have a
Good
good
night.
evening and God bless you.
God bless.
Odaro.